In last lecture, we have discussed about the velocity, different types of velocities, that is uniform velocity, average velocity, instantaneous velocity, and in this lecture, we will discuss about acceleration. Now, first of all, we should know that is what is acceleration. Now, acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity per unit time, or it is also defined as the ratio of change in velocity to the change in time. We can write this definition as acceleration A is equal to change in velocity upon change in time. Change in time. Now, we can write that is v minus u upon t, t2 minus t1, and we can write the meaning of the symbols. V final velocity, u initial velocity, t1 initial time, and t2 final time. So, in delta notations, this can be written as delta v by delta t. That is change in velocity upon change in time. Now, we can write the unit of acceleration as unit of velocity is meter per second, and again unit of time is second. So, unit of acceleration becomes meter per second square, or ms minus 2 in which system? SI or MKSA system. SI or MKSA system, that is meter, kilogram, seconds, ampere system. And in CGS system, we can write the unit of acceleration as centimeter per second square, because the unit of meter length in CGS system is centimeters, and unit of time in CGS system it is again seconds. So, centimeter per second square is the CGS system unit of acceleration. Now, if we want to write the acceleration as, now I think we can rub this first. Acceleration, if final velocity is v, initial velocity is u, and final time is t, and initial time is 0, means we are measuring the velocity from t is equal to 0. Then we can write this expression as a is equal to v minus u by t. That's it. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon change in time. Now, what happens if body moves with constant velocity? We say that when body moves with a constant velocity, its acceleration is 0. You can see it from here. That is, if v is equal to u, then we can write 0 by t, that is equal to 0, or acceleration is equal to 0 for a body moving with constant velocity. If initial velocity is equal to final velocity, then we can say acceleration of the body during that interval of time is 0. Now, we can now discuss the types of acceleration, that is uniform or constant acceleration, non-uniform acceleration, and here we will study the case of uniform acceleration. First one is uniform acceleration. In uniform uniform acceleration, the acceleration remains constant throughout the journey. The acceleration remains constant throughout the journey. Means if you are measuring time from t is equal to 0, then at final time, whatever it may be, the acceleration remains constant till that time. And for non-uniform acceleration, that is, it varies in the given interval of time. It varies in the given interval of time, and we can take the example of both the types of acceleration as in the, if you consider first part, that is acceleration due to gravity. When a body is falling under the gravity of earth, then g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square constantly acts on that body, and this is called uniformly accelerated motion. So when motion is under constant acceleration, then this type of motion is called uniformly accelerated motion. And for the second part, that is non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration, you must have traveled in your own car, and when a person driving regularly changes the acceleration of the vehicle from the accelerator pedal, then this type of motion is called a non-uniformly accelerated motion, क्योंकि एक्सेलेरेशन उसमें चेंज होता रहता है. आपने इंजन की आरपीएम बढ़ा दी तो एक्सेलेरेशन बढ़ गया, इंजन की आरपीएम कम कर दिया तो एक्सेलेरेशन कम हो गया ऑन द पर्टिकुलर गियर. So these are two types of accelerations, and we will basically study about the uniform acceleration, that is uniformly accelerated motions. Now let us discuss about the basic types of acceleration. In uniform acceleration category, that is average acceleration and second, instantaneous acceleration. Now average acceleration is what? Average acceleration is the average value of acceleration in the given interval of time. For example, for a particular time t1, it is moving with acceleration a1. For time t2, it is moving with acceleration t2, and for time t3, it is moving with acceleration a3. So to find the average acceleration during the given interval of time, we find the average value of accelerations in the given intervals. Now for instantaneous acceleration, as we have discussed about the instantaneous velocity, means velocity at particular interval of instant of time. In the similar way, instantaneous acceleration is also defined, that is acceleration at particular instant of time, means what is the value of acceleration of that body at that particular time. Now for defining instantaneous acceleration, we say that A is equal to dv by dt. delta V by delta T. But this delta V and delta T are large. So we find the average value, or we find basically the differential value at particular point. जैसे हमने यहाँ वेलोसिटी प्लॉट किया, यहाँ टाइम प्लॉट किया, ये एक कर्व है. अगर हमको इस पॉइंट P पर इसकी स्लोप निकालनी हुई P पॉइंट पर, then we can draw a triangle ABC. This quantity denotes delta V and this quantity denotes delta T. Now slope of this graph gives acceleration. Now if you want to find out the average acceleration, suppose this is point A, not A, this is point D, this is point E. If you want to find out the average acceleration between points D and E, then we draw a line here joining the 2 points. We draw another triangle. So slope of this triangle that is made by the hypotenuse gives the average acceleration between point D and E. तो एवरेज क्या होता है? एवरेज हमेशा दो पॉइंट्स के बीच में निकाला जाता है, और इंस्टेंटेनियस हमेशा एक पॉइंट पे निकाला जाता है, क्योंकि इंस्टेंटेनियस पर्टिकुलर टाइम पर निकालेंगे, और एवरेज एक्सेलरेशन जो होगा इट विल बी इन द पर्टिकुलर इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम. तो इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम कितना होगा? ये होगा. सो टू फाइंड that is average acceleration from the figure can be written as DEF. Let this point is F. So average acceleration is EF upon DF is A average. क्योंकि हमने दोनों पॉइंट को कंसाइड किया, हमने इसकी स्लोप निकाल ली, एंड वी हैव गॉट द एवरेज. फॉर इंस्टेंटेनियस वैल्यू वी नो दैट we can write this acceleration as limit delta t tending to 0 delta v by delta t can be written as dv by dt or acceleration a. That is rate of change of velocity. dv by dt is acceleration a, and this acceleration is basically एक्सेलेरेशन एट पर्टिकुलर इंस्टेंट ऑफ टाइम. तो जो हमने मैथमेटिकल टूल्स में निकाला है dv by dt, वो कौन सा एक्सेलेरेशन था? दैट वाज इंस्टेंटेनियस एक्सेलेरेशन, यानी एक्सेलेरेशन एट पर्टिकुलर इंस्टेंट ऑफ टाइम. नाउ वी कैन राइट दिस dv by dt in the form of displacement, that is A is equal to dv by dt, which is equal to d by dt of dx by dt. ये क्या है? वेलोसिटी है. We have replaced velocity with the dx by dt, and this can be written as d2x upon dt square. So acceleration is second order derivative of displacement, and velocity is first order derivative of displacement. Acceleration is second order derivative of displacement, second order d2x upon dt square. यानी कि आपने एक बार dx by dt निकाला, फिर उसको डिफरेंशिएट कर लिया dt के रिस्पेक्ट में, then it will be second order differentiation. और ये क्या हुआ? वेलोसिटी जो हमने लिखा v इज इक्वल टू डी एक्स बाई डी टी, दिस इज फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव। तो ये दो इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेटमेंट्स होते हैं, एक्सेलरेशन इज सेकंड ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव ऑफ डिस्प्लेसमेंट एंड वेलोसिटी इज फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव ऑफ डिस्प्लेसमेंट। सो वी हैव गॉट अबाउट दैट इज इंस्टेंटेनियस एक्सेलरेशन एंड इंस्टेंटेनियस एक्सेलरेशन कैन बी रिटन इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिस्प्लेसमेंट फंक्शन, और यही सब हमने निकाला था जब हमने मैथमेटिकल टूल्स बताए थे। सो देयर आर फ्यू क्वेश्चंस गिवन एंड यू कैन जस्ट राइट दोज क्वेश्चंस। नाउ next we can take a simple question based on this. Let this is question, t is equal to under root x minus 3. Then you have to find the displacement of the particle when its velocity is 0. Displacement of the particle when its velocity is 0. This is a very good question. Now here t and x is displacement, t is time. Now you can write in different form, that is under root x is equal to t plus 3 or x is equal to t plus 3 whole square or x is equal to t square plus 6t plus 9. Now you have got original displacement function and you can find out that is v is equal to dx by dt, which is equal to 2t plus 6. 2t plus 6. Now this is plus sign, this is not minus sign, this is plus sign. So this will be t minus 3. In the question it is given as minus, and here again it is in minus sign, again minus 60, and differentiation of 9 is 0. And we can write, it is given in the question that find the displacement of the particle when its velocity is 0. तो पहले हम ये निकालेंगे velocity कब 0 है। तो velocity 0 क्या होगी, 2t minus 6 is equal to 0, t is equal to 6 by 2, that is 3 seconds. अब हमने यहाँ से चेक क्या किया, चेक इसलिए किया हमने साइन चेंज क्यों किया था, क्योंकि साइन अगर यहाँ प्लस होता तो ये वैल्यू माइनस में आ जाती है, टाइम इज इन माइनस सेकेंड, मीन्स बिफोर द स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द जर्नी द वेलोसिटी वाज 0। इसलिए हमने, और क्वेश्चन में ये प्लस से ही दिया है, मैंने बाई मिस्टेक माइनस लिया, लेकिन अगर हम माइनस लेके करते तो यहाँ पर टाइम निगेटिव आता। टाइम निगेटिव का मतलब क्या हुआ कि जब से हमने काउंटिंग स्टार्ट किया उससे 3 सेकंड पहले वेलोसिटी 0 हो चुकी होती। क्लियर? नाउ अब ये आ गया कि यानी t इज इक्वल टू 3 सेकंड पे वेलोसिटी 0 होगी। अब हम यहां पर t इज इक्वल टू 3 सेकंड की वैल्यू रख लेते हैं, दिस इज 9 प्लस 9, x is equal to t square. Now we can place the value of this time t, that is t square minus 6t plus 9, that is x is equal to 3 square minus 6 into 3 plus 9, that is 9 minus 18 plus 9, so x is equal to 0. Means at t is equal to 3 second, the velocity of the body was 0, but at the same time its displacement was also 0. So this was one of the questions, and you can find the acceleration function from this also, because you have got the velocity function 2t minus 6, and if you want to find out acceleration function from this question, then directly a is equal to 2. it is uniformly accelerated motion, क्योंकि इसको डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे तो एक्सेलरेशन क्या आ जाएगा, 2 आ जाएगा, और 2 it is independent of time. So if it is independent of time, then we will say that it is uniformly accelerated motion, or acceleration is independent of time. It is constant throughout the motion. Now, in next step, we will take the equations of motion, that is 3 equations of motion in kinematics or in motion in one dimension. So, let us take 3 equations of motion, that is kinematic equations of motion in uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. The kinematic. Now, first equation of motion. First equation of motion. First equation of motion, you know that acceleration A is equal to change in velocity upon change in time. Change in time. So you can say that A is equal to V minus U upon t minus 0, that is, we have considered initial time as 0 and meaning of the symbols are same. Or if you want to write down, that is t2 minus t1, you can write down t2 minus t1, which is equal to v minus u upon t minus 0, which is equal to v minus u upon t. Or you can say v minus u is equal to at, or v is equal to u plus at. This is first equation of motion, and it is also called velocity equation, because it is indicating the relation between initial velocity and final velocity. Now, think about the situation that what will happen if acceleration of the body becomes equal to 0. If acceleration becomes 0, then this term reduces to 0 and v is equal to u, that is, body is moving with constant velocity. Body is moving with constant velocity. So we have approved this, that this is a uniformly accelerated motion. Clear? Now come to second equation of motion. Second equation of motion. That is S is equal to ut plus half at square, where S is displacement, u is initial velocity, t is time, a is acceleration, and again t is time. Now, you know that displacement is equal to change in velocity. That is, displacement is equal to average velocity into time, because we have obtained the formula for average velocity as average velocity is equal to displacement upon time. So by cross multiplying we can write displacement is equal to average velocity into time. Now we can write displacement S is equal to average velocity into time. Now we can say that S is equal to average velocity is what? U plus V divided by 2 into time t. This is equation 1. And from first equation of motion, we can just replace this final velocity in terms of initial velocity and acceleration as S is equal to U plus, in bracket, U plus AT upon 2 into time t, or you can say S is equal to 2U plus AT into t divided by 2, which is equal to ut plus half at square. So final expression is S is equal to ut plus half at square. Now in some books it has been written as, that is, S is equal to S naught plus ut plus half at square. Here in this equation, this is the basically initial displacement of the body. It refers to the initial displacement of the body, and then after that when time is being counted, यानी इस displacement के बाद time की counting हो रही है, and this term refers to the displacement in time t. So total displacement S is equal to S naught plus ut plus half at square, and this can be done also by algebraic addition. पहले आप ये निकाल लीजिए, उसके बाद S naught ऐड कर दीजिए, because this is a motion in a straight line. This is not multiple direction motion. So you can directly add to the initial displacement. Clear? Now come to third equation of motion. Third equation of motion. That is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Now we can write this derivation in two forms, and first is, that is, displacement S is equal to average velocity into time, or we can say S is equal to V plus U divided by 2 into T. This is second equation. Or we can write S is equal to V plus U upon 2 into, now here we will replace time t from the first equation of motion. That is, A is equal to V minus U by T, or T is equal to V minus U upon A. We can replace it, that is V minus U upon A. This is expression 3. Directly it is in the form of A plus B and A minus B. That is 2AS is equal to V square minus U square, or V square is equal to U square plus 2as. So this is equation including initial velocity, final velocity and displacement. And this was the change. Now alternatively, we can do this derivation in second way, that is by using first equation of motion, B is equal to u plus at. This is one. Squaring on both the sides, on both sides, तो क्या हो जाएगा, इधर b स्क्वायर हो जाएगा, इधर u plus at होल स्क्वायर होगा, that is v square is equal to u square plus a square t square plus 2u at. a plus b whole square के फार्मूले से now we can write v square is equal to u square plus 2u at plus a square t square. Now we can write v square is equal to u square and we can take 2a common. This is ut plus half at square, यहाँ अंदर ब्रैकेट में बचेगा. You can check it. 2u कॉमन ले लिया, 2a कॉमन लिया, ut बचा और यहाँ 2 नहीं है तो 2 डिनोमिनेटर में आ गया. So we can write this as v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So this is alternative method for solving third equation of motion. Now let us discuss some important term while using the three equations of motion, and these are some important points which are to be remembered while solving the questions related to the equations of motion. First point, if a body starts from rest, its initial velocity is equal to 0. Initial velocity u is equal to 0. अगर कोई बॉडी रेस्ट से स्टार्ट हो रही है तो हमेशा उसकी इनिशियल वेलोसिटी क्या लेंगे, u is equal to 0. Now second, if a body stops, then its final velocity is equal to 0. Final velocity v is equal to 0. ठीक. Third point, if a body is dropped from height h, then u is equal to 0. अगर कोई बॉडी ड्रॉप की गई है, जैसे यहाँ से हमने ड्रॉप कर दिया अगर यहाँ से, तो its initial velocity will be equal to 0. Fourth, if a body is thrown in upward direction, then at maximum height v is equal to 0. At maximum height final velocity becomes equal to 0. जैसे ये पेन का कैप है, मैंने ऊपर फेंका तो एक ऐसा पॉइंट आएगा जहां से रिटर्न करना स्टार्ट करेगी, यानी मैक्सिमम हाइट होगी वो पॉइंट. तो अपने उस मैक्सिमम हाइट पर जो होगा क्या होगा, फाइनल वेलोसिटी विल बी इक्वल टू 0. सो दीज आर सम इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म्स and some important points which are to be kept in mind while solving the numericals related with the equations of motion. Next thing, that if a is greater than 0 means acceleration is positive, then it means velocity is increasing at constant rate, and if a is less than 0, इसको क्या बोलते हैं? This is acceleration, and if a is less than 0, it is retardation. Retardation, that is velocity is decreasing at constant rate, and you will use the acceleration with proper sign, whether it is positive or negative, in the equations of motion to get correct result and correct value. Now, there is one more article to find the distance traveled by the body in nth second, any in tth second or in nth second. Now, we can know that, first of all, we should know what is utility of that article. For example, a body starts from here, point A, in 4 seconds. In 4 seconds, body reaches to B, and in 5 seconds, it reaches to C. This point is C. So, this is the distance traveled by body in 5th second. This is the distance traveled by the body in this particular second, means particular 1 second. nth second क्या हो? Particular second. यानी 0 से 4 सेकेंड तक यहाँ पहुंची बॉडी, 0 से 5 सेकेंड तक बॉडी यहाँ पहुंची, तो 5th सेकेंड में कितना डिस्प्लेसमेंट हुआ इसका? यानी BC की लेंथ के बराबर डिस्प्लेसमेंट हुआ, दैट इज डिस्प्लेसमेंट इन 5th second. Displacement in 5th second. Now our article belongs to the same situation, that what is the displacement of the body in nth second, or what is the distance traveled by the body in nth second. Because we are dealing with one dimensional motion, that is motion in a straight line, so distance and displacement are here having same concepts. So let us start the article. In n seconds, displacement of body is equal to S is equal to U into N. हमने टाइम को क्या लिया है? N लिया है, प्लस 1/2 A into N square. This is displacement Sn, we can write Sn. And next we should calculate one lower time interval, that is n minus 1 second. So displacement in n minus 1 seconds, we can write S n minus 1 U n minus 1 plus 1/2 A n minus 1 whole square. हमने t की जगह पे क्या रख दिया? सेकेंड इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन में n minus 1. And now we can calculate the displacement of the body, during ns second. So we can write s nth. Here we are writing ns second, which is equal to sn minus sn minus 1. यानी इसको अगर हम सेपरेट कर दें तो क्या होगा, हमको nth पर्टिकुलर सेकंड में कितना डिस्प्लेसमेंट हुआ, वी कैन राइट दिस. अब देखिए इसकी वैल्यू रख लीजिए, दैट इज un प्लस 1/2 a n स्क्वायर इन ब्रैकेट माइनस इन ब्रैकेट u n minus 1 plus 1/2 a n minus 1 whole square bracket close. I think this is simple calculation and you can solve this calculation by squaring this function, then opening the bracket, cancelling the terms, and the final result as nth. First you think how you can solve this. Once again I am repeating, यहाँ इसमें कोई स्क्वायर वैसा नहीं करना है. यहाँ पर आप u ये ब्रैकेट ओपन करेंगे, यहाँ पर इसे स्क्वायर करेंगे और ब्रैकेट ओपन करेंगे, उसके बाद ये फाइनल ब्रैकेट ओपन करेंगे. Now your result comes out to be that is u plus a/2 2n minus 1 2n minus 1. This is the displacement of the body during nth second. ये acceleration ये है, कॉमन लेके इतना ही है. This u refers to initial velocity, a for acceleration, n for time. nth second हमने कहा, अगर वो कहता है in tth second तो n की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी, t हो जाएगी. तो in terms of t we can write this expression as what, u plus a/2 2t minus 1. u plus a/2 2t minus 1. Now this is very important expression in order to analyze the dimensional homogeneity of the equation. Now sometimes s nth is equal to u plus a/2 2n minus 1. Now आपसे कभी कभी कहा जाता है कि check whether this equation is dimensionally homogeneous or not. It is whether dimensionally homogeneous or not. अब देखिए, आपने पढ़ा है कि similar quantity can be added or subtracted. तो यहां पर क्या है, n क्या रिफर कर रहा है, टाइम को. 2n क्या है, टाइम है. जो 1 होगा वो उसका डायमेंशन क्या होगा, टाइम का डायमेंशन होगा. क्योंकि ये क्वांटिटी टाइम है तो ओनली टाइम कैन बी सब्ट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम टाइम एंड नो अदर क्वांटिटी कैन बी सब्ट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम टाइम. तो अगर इस टोटल का डायमेंशन टाइम का है, इसका डायमेंशन एक्सेलरेशन का है, a है, तो एक्सेलरेशन इनटू टाइम क्या होगा, वेलोसिटी का डायमेंशन देगा. यानी इस टोटल का डायमेंशन क्या आ गया, किसका, वेलोसिटी. इसका डायमेंशन हमने देखा ऑलरेडी इंडिकेट करता है, इनिशियल वेलोसिटी है, अगेन वेलोसिटी. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस हियर, लोग यही चक्कर खा जाते हैं क्योंकि इधर उनको डिस्प्लेसमेंट दिखता है, यहां वेलोसिटी है, यहां वेलोसिटी है, तो हाउ कैन बी डिस्प्लेसमेंट बी इक्वल टू वेलोसिटी. और जब अगर आप सेकंड इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन देखें तो उसमें तीनों टर्म्स जो हैं वो डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिफर करते हैं. नाउ सी दैट दिस इज डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द बॉडी इन tth सेकेंड मींस ए पर्टिकुलर सेकेंड्स. फिफ्थ सेकेंड जो हमने निकाला वहां, फिफ्थ सेकेंड तो 5th सेकेंड का इंटरवल कितना है? 1 सेकेंड का इंटरवल है, यानी 4 और 5 के बीच का डिस्प्लेसमेंट जो हुआ वो 5th सेकेंड का इंटरवल हुआ। और 5th सेकेंड का एग्जैक्ट इंटरवल, टाइम इंटरवल क्या हुआ? 1 सेकेंड, क्योंकि 5 माइनस 4 इज व्हाट? 1। तो यहां पर ये जो है, इट इज displacement of the body in 1 second. It is also representing the dimension of velocity. Since I am making arrow here, it is displacement of particle in 1 second, which is equal to velocity. तो ये इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन होता है जिसको हम डायमेंशन से चेक करते हैं, और अक्सर बुक्स में डायमेंशन चैप्टर में क्वेश्चन दिया होता है। सो आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड दिस आल्सो। सो दिस इज द डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द पार्टिकल इन पर्टिकुलर सेकेंड। जैसे मान लीजिए उन्होंने कहा 7 सेकेंड, 7 सेकेंड, तो क्या होगा कि हमको 6 तक का डिस्प्लेसमेंट पता था, यहां हमको 7 तक का डिस्प्लेसमेंट पता था। तो जो ये हमने मेजर किया वो कितना टाइम इंटरवल था? 1 सेकेंड टाइम इंटरवल हुआ, लेकिन ये 7 सेकेंड के ड्यूरेशन में इतना डिस्प्लेसमेंट हुआ बॉडी का। सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड द कंसेप्ट ऑफ दिस फार्मूला, क्योंकि ये पर्टिकुलर सेकेंड में कितना डिस्प्लेसमेंट बॉडी को हुआ, दिस इज गिवन बाय दिस रिलेशन, एंड इट इज प्योरली डायमेंशनली होमोजीनियस। क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम यहां होती है, एंड इट इज डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द बॉडी इन पर्टिकुलर सेकेंड, एंड इट इज कॉल्ड TSM. Okay, now today we have done, that is mathematical formulation of equations of motion, means finding of 3 equations of motion by mathematical method. So these were all the mathematical method, and you have done these methods in class 9 also, except this formula. In next lecture I will take the derivations of equations of motion by calculus method, that is by integral method, how integral method is used to find out 3 equations of motion. But till then, please read, see the lecture, write somewhere, practice it, and try to solve few questions. I will upload few questions related to equations of motion on the Google Classroom by tomorrow, and you can solve it from there. One more concept for using equations of motion that let us discuss in this lecture only, because you will be solving question and you might face problem. You know that velocity is a vector quantity, and if velocity in one direction is positive, then certainly velocity in just opposite direction is negative. और ये उन क्वेश्चन के लिए होता है, जैसे मान लीजिए कि यहाँ हाइट h है, हाइट h पर कोई प्लेटफॉर्म है, और यहां से बॉल u वेलोसिटी से ऊपर फेंकी गई है, तो एक नेगेटिव वेलोसिटी कॉन्सेप्ट होता है। और अगर आप नेगेटिव वेलोसिटी कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करेंगे तो आपका क्वेश्चन बहुत कम टाइम में निकल जाता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई विल बी सॉल्विंग क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन दिस इन नेक्स्ट लेक्चर ऑल्सो, बट टुडे आई एम गिविंग कॉन्सेप्ट दैट इफ यू टैकल विद दोज टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस यू कैन यूज बोथ द मेथड्स। अब जैसे यहां से आपने फेंका, ठीक, आप इसको क्या तक सॉल्व करेंगे? पहले इसकी मैक्सिमम हाइट निकालेंगे, कहां तक पहुंचा, फिर उस मैक्सिमम हाइट को इस टोटल हाइट में ऐड कर देंगे, फिर यहां इनिशियल वेलोसिटी 0 करने में यहां तक का टाइम निकाल लेंगे। तो आपसे पूछेगा कि टोटल टाइम कितना लगा, तो आप पहले यहां से यहां तक का टाइम निकालेंगे, फिर यहां से यहां तक का टाइम निकालेंगे, दोनों को ऐड करेंगे, यू विल गेट द टाइम। लेकिन नेगेटिव वेलोसिटी की अप्रोच क्या है? अब देखिए, अपवर्ड मोशन के लिए हमने क्लास 9th में बताया, अपवर्ड मोशन के लिए इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन में नेगेटिव साइन आता है, चाहे वहां आप a लिखो या g लिखो। जी लिखते हो तो 9.8 आप लेंगे, अगर ए लिखेंगे तो उसकी वैल्यू दी जाती है। ठीक है। अब अगर नेगेटिव वेलोसिटी कांसेप्ट लें आप, तो यू वेलोसिटी से बॉडी ऊपर फेंकी गई है, तो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि माइनस यू वेलोसिटी से बॉडी नीचे फेंकी गई, और ये हाइट हमको दी हुई है। तो हम डायरेक्टली सेकेंड इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन लगा सकते हैं, दैट इज एच इज इक्वल टू माइनस यू टी प्लस 1/2 जी टी स्क्वायर। अब यहां से आप टाइम निकाल लीजिए, आपका सिंगल स्टेप में टाइम निकल जाएगा बिना ज्यादा कैलकुलेशन किए। सो दिस इज कॉल्ड नेगेटिव वेलोसिटी कांसेप्ट एंड यू कैन यूज दिस कांसेप्ट फॉर इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन। अब इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन में अगर मोशन अंडर ग्रेविटी हो रहा है, इफ मोशन इज अंडर ग्रेविटी, तो क्या होगा? अपवर्ड मोशन के लिए अपवर्ड मोशन v is equal to u minus gt, s is equal to ut minus half gt square, and v square is equal to u square minus 2gs। ये अपवर्ड मोशन के लिए हो। और सिमिलरली हम डाउनवर्ड मोशन के लिए क्यों ऐसा हुआ वो भी देख लीजिए। जो बेसिक इक्वेशन था वो ये था, v is equal to u plus at। फर्स्ट इक्वेशन यही था, बेसिक इक्वेशन। अब v is equal to u plus at, only the thing which is changing, we have replaced acceleration with acceleration due to gravity g। और माइनस क्यों लिया? क्योंकि acceleration due to gravity डाउनवर्ड एक्ट करती है और मोशन हो रहा है अपवर्ड। मोशन इज इन अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन, दैट्स व्हाई वी आर टेकिंग a इज इक्वल टू माइनस जी। और जब माइनस जी हमने लिया तो ये इक्वेशन आ गई, और तीनों इक्वेशंस के इस फॉर्म में आ गए। सिमिलरली वी कैन राइट फॉर डाउनवर्ड मोशन, downward motion, that is v is equal to u plus gt, s is equal to ut plus half gt square, and v square is equal to u square plus 2gs। s लिखो h लिखो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। क्लियर? सो दिस इज इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन when body comes down, and this is equation of motion when body moves up. In upward motion we have minus sign in between, and in downward motion we have positive sign in between, and rest of the factors remaining same. So these were few important things to be known while attempting for the numericals of motion in one dimension. So try to solve the numericals, try to have attempt on the numericals, because it is not possible every time that in first attempt you can solve the question. Try and try. That is true physics and true mathematics. Don't lose your heart while solving. Try correct path, then you will get solution at some interval of time. Thanks and have a good day.